Oh, aha. Hello, people. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Sorry, I'm doing a late video. This is not actually for a real live video consumption. It's just for me to be able to record this message. Now, this is a question some people have been asking from me. Actually, I think they are from Facebook or so. And the question is that why does the price of Bitcoin goes up and down? Why does the price of Bitcoin goes up and down? And is Bitcoin really going to last? That has been their question. And just briefly, I just want to do a short video that I can have on my personal account that I can refer them to. It's all about Bitcoin. I don't talk anything else apart from Bitcoin. Now, if you don't know what Bitcoin is internet money, a digital currency. Now, when you say internet money and digital currency, what it simply means is that Bitcoin is money itself, but used on the internet. Money used only on the internet. It does not have any physical cash. It does not have any physical representation, but all it has is digital value. Just like somebody will want to transfer money to another person, and you pick up your phone, you check your account balance, and you make a transfer. That's online transaction. That's transferring funds and money online. Now that's digital transaction. That digital cash is not a physical cash. It turns physical only when you go to the bank to make a physical withdrawal. Now you see, Bitcoin has that aspect, and that aspect is called digital transaction. Bitcoin only exists on the internet and it has value. Now, how it has value, that's what you need to understand, because it was created that way. Bitcoin was created to be used on the internet. It was created to be used only on the internet. There is no physical cash for Bitcoin. I have some facts about Bitcoin that I always try to, repeat over and over for people to understand. What you don't understand, you can never master. And what you don't have mastery over, you can never manipulate. So before you can think of even manipulating anything, you must gain mastery over it, meaning you understand every do's and don'ts. Now, Bitcoin is a digital cash. Digital cash. When I say digital cash, I'm not talking about physical cash. Physical cash is money you see physically and spend. Just like somebody holding a 1,000 naira note, that's a physical cash. But Bitcoin is a digital cash. Instead of me holding that 1,000 naira note, I can have it display just as digits on my phone. So if I have it display as digit on my phone, it means that I can transfer that digital cash to somebody else. And most question I usually get is, how visible is this? You mean, can I turn Bitcoin into real cash? Can I have Bitcoin as real cash? Yes, you can. But the first thing you need to understand is what Bitcoin is not what all the people have been claiming it is. You see, because different platform and different network or different system or different investment platform uses Bitcoin as payment does not mean they are Bitcoin. There are so many platforms, there are so many people who uses Bitcoin as payment because they know that they can easily, with ease, they can get paid with Bitcoin. So they tell you, participate on our platform, get involved in a package or in a system by paying with Bitcoin, because they know Bitcoin has an influence whereby the value can change immediately. Immediately you pay, after you pay, the value can change. Before you pay, the value can change. So they know that. So once you're saying, but you are saying it's digital cash. So how will I now convert digital to physical cash? Very simple. There are so many platforms that allows you to exchange your Bitcoin into Naira, into dollar, into euro, into any currency in the world. You see, Bitcoin can be converted to any currency in the world, any currency in the world. Bitcoin is not a network. Bitcoin is not owned by anybody. Bitcoin is not owned by a company. I've been to different seminars that when I'm talking or when I'm trying to explain what Bitcoin is. People ask me, do I work in Bitcoin company? There is no company called Bitcoin. There is no Bitcoin company anywhere. So don't allow anybody to bamboozle you, to freeze you. There is no coin whatsoever, physical coin that is called Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not have any physical representation. Bitcoin is a digital currency, meaning if you're saying, oh, do I have Bitcoin? Yes, I have it in my wallet as money. Bitcoin as money in your wallet. Now, people don't understand this, but I like to always break it down. You see, the way Bitcoin works. First, number one, it is internet money. It does not have any physical cash. Second, it is limited in volume. Bitcoin, there is only 21 million Bitcoin available for the whole world. Now, do you know how many people we have in the whole world? We have plenty of people in the world, but there is only 21 million Bitcoin available for everybody in the whole world. Everybody in the whole world. Now, if 21 million is available for everybody in the whole world, how do we share it? Do you think it's enough? No, it's not. These are some of the reasons that allow Bitcoin price to fluctuate. I'll get to that in a bit. That's exactly what this video is all about. I want to actually do this video whereby I can refer people to come here and watch and get, so that I won't continue repeating myself, because it's something they usually ask a lot. So I'm trying to explain and break it down. But I first need you to have a clear understanding of what Bitcoin is and how Bitcoin works. First, Bitcoin is a digital cash, internet money. I like calling it Owo Ori Afefe. Owo Ori Afefe, money on the internet. It's simply used on the internet. Now, there is none of us that is not using internet. Right now, for you to be able to watch this or to be seeing me live, it means you are using internet. That's it. Now, Bitcoin is for people who are on the net. You can easily, let's say I want to send money to you right now. You are in Russia. I can easily send money to you with Bitcoin. Instead of going to PayPal, trying to open an account, trying to phone and send, probably using my card and using all that and stuff, or going to the bank using MoneyGram, using all those Western Union and the likes, where they charge me double charges. If I want to send $1,000 to somebody in Russia, from bank is going to cost me more. Probably they had additional $200, $150 on top. Now, MoneyGram, the same. PayPal, I'll probably pay for a huge transaction fee for sending that money. But you see, with Bitcoin, guess how much per $1,000? Highest, probably $10. You pay $10, $9 or something to send money from here to somebody, and you don't have to even go to the bank. You don't need the bank. All you need is being able to purchase that Bitcoin. That's the power of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, it works under a system that is very powerful, and I don't always know how to break it down in a much more simple way other than to explain it. It works with blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is just like a network whereby we connect with ourselves with ease. Don't mind me, I don't like using big grammar and all those terms and technology, because layman don't understand all that. You have to still break it down. If you talk about cryptocurrency, you say Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. I still have to talk about what the cryptocurrency is. So why start telling you Bitcoin is cryptocurrency? Why not just tell you what exactly Bitcoin is? Bitcoin is digital money, internet money, money that you use and spend on the internet. It has the function of you sending it out and then receiving. It means you can send out Bitcoin and then you can also receive Bitcoin. Now, if you can send out Bitcoin and receive Bitcoin, what does that imply to you? Before you can get Bitcoin, how do you get Bitcoin with Naira? You have to buy it. How do you get dollar? Don't you buy dollar? It's the same way. If you want Bitcoin, you have to buy it. Buy it with your Naira. You will now own Bitcoin. The amount worth of what you buy is what you will hold. Now, you have Bitcoin, price has gone up, you want to sell it and get value of Naira. You have to sell it. Can you see that in Bitcoin there is buying and selling? Automatically, everybody that owns Bitcoin is a trader. Don't say you didn't hear, I will repeat it again. Everybody, anybody that owns Bitcoin, whether in your wallet Whether in Luno, local Bitcoin, Remitano, you bought anywhere, blockchain, you have Bitcoin, or even any platform, you are owing Bitcoin, you have Bitcoin, you are a trader. Now, what a lot of people don't get to understand is that because they got to know about Bitcoin from one platform or the other, so they assume Bitcoin is a network. They assume Bitcoin is a pyramid. Sorry, excuse me. They assume Bitcoin is a pyramid or Bitcoin is an investment platform. It is not. Bitcoin is not any of all those things. Bitcoin is simply internet money. And because it is internet money, it has easy access. You can access it from anywhere in the world. Imagine I have at a time received money from somebody in Siberia. I've never been to Cotonou, not to talk of Siberia. I've at a time received money from somebody from Russia. I have never been to airports to go to Russia. I have received money from someone from Amsterdam. I have never been there. I don't know where it is. Imagine what Bitcoin can do for you. Easy transfer of funds without going to bank is less stress. You receive instantly. You see, instant transaction. Instant transaction. Those are some of the reasons why banks don't like Bitcoin, why governments don't like Bitcoin. Government will never encourage you to go into Bitcoin. Why? They cannot control it. 2, they cannot manipulate it. 3, they don't trust it because anybody can manipulate it. So because anybody can manipulate it to fulfill their own agenda, they believe it is volatile. Man, nobody can control this. We've tried to control it. So we cannot allow people to continue using it because they continue using it, it gives it more value, it gives it more usefulness, and a lot of people continue to appreciate it. Now, these are some of the reasons why they don't like it. But the question is this: if government don't like Bitcoin, you yourself, you are not even embracing Bitcoin. Well, actually, we don't need everybody in the whole world to embrace Bitcoin. We don't need everybody in the whole world. We just need probably 1/10 of the whole world to participate in Bitcoin. 1/10 of the whole world. So I was explaining what Bitcoin is. I've told you that it's internet money. The reason why I'm doing this video is for you to understand and learn why the price of Bitcoin will always fluctuate. I've always try to give my Facebook friend a lot of information about Bitcoin. Let them know how they can benefit from it. What you don't know, what you don't have knowledge over, you cannot master. What you cannot master, you cannot influence. If you don't know jack about Bitcoin, you don't know about how it works, you cannot influence it. You cannot even play with it. So the first thing you need is to understand exactly what it is. It is not a network. It is not a pyramid. It is not a company. It is not a game. It is not an investment platform. It is not where you just throw your money then it grows suddenly. No, it doesn't work that way. And I told you, everybody that owns Bitcoin is a Bitcoin trader because they will peradventure buy and sell Bitcoin. As long as you own Bitcoin in your wallet, in your blockchain, in your Nuno, in your whatever, you will end up buying and selling Bitcoin, meaning you will end up trading Bitcoin. Everybody that owns Bitcoin is a Bitcoin trader. Everybody. Now, you now have different level. There are some that are day trader. There are some that are short-term trading. They are into short-time trading. There are some that are into long-time trading. Some do it for the purpose of what they want to use the Bitcoin for. Probably for investment, buy it, keep it for a long time, and then check it back after it has accumulated in wealth and stuff. Some just to meet a need or to pay for something. So imagine people who are using it for that purpose. They are not buying it for the purpose of becoming rich with it. They are buying it or they are transacting in Bitcoin for the purpose of easy transfer of funds. Imagine somebody who has probably $5 million to send to somebody else in another country and look at that. Oh, I can do this with Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, it's just one drop, boom, and it converts the money to Bitcoin. See how easy it will be for you to transfer $5 million from UK. No, UK is even, let's say from US to Australia without going through the bank and with small charge, transaction fee. You see, in Bitcoin, there is no third party. There is only a small payment fee you do, which is called transaction fee. That transaction fee is to take care of the mining of that transaction. so that it can be confirmed. Instead of you going to the bank and say, I want to transfer, I want to pay this money into this account, then they check whether the person really have money in that check before they confirm it. That's just the same process, but the computer is available to do such. You are not looking for anybody to do it. Computers will be confirming those transactions. And then the person will say, oh, it has been confirmed. Now I can use it. And then you see, one wonderful thing about Bitcoin is that it is on open ledger. Anybody, anywhere can see all the transaction that is happening now. Right now, just go to blockchain. Blockchain.info, you will see every transaction that is taking place with Bitcoin. If somebody send or buy 1 million Bitcoin right now, you will get to see that transaction. But the protection there is that you don't get to see who it is or what or who. You just know the transaction took place. So those are some of the securities behind Bitcoin. And you see, the blockchain technology, I've always tell people, if a lot of people will adopt that technology, you'll be amazed. It's not that it's a new technology. It has been available for time memorial. But, you know, a lot of us don't put it to action. It's just like, let me give you an example so that you understand what blockchain technology is all about. It's about like saying, I help you and I tell you, I'm offering you this help, not for any reward, but on the target or on the mission that you do something for me. Now, what will you do for me? As I have helped you, you will also, when you have that capacity, help at least 5 people. Now imagine, I helped you, and I give you an ultimatum that you should help 5 people. And I make sure that I help 5 people. And I tell them this thing. If those 5 people decide to follow and do exactly what they are told, guess what will happen to them? They are now going to help 5 more people. In fact, they're going to do more than 5. They are going to help 5 people and tell them the same thing. Now imagine them telling that same 5 people the same thing. Now, how many disciples do you think I have? If just 1 out of the 5 people I reached to now have been able to reach 5 people. Now, Mr. Destiny, how are you doing? How you doing? Now, imagine 1 person reaching out to 5 people. Now I have 7 disciples. No, 6 disciples. The person and the 5 he has reached out to, right? Now, imagine I have other 4 people that I've also told the same thing, and they reach to 5 people. Now, I've reached to 5 people. I have 5 disciples. Each of them have 5. Now, 5 times 5, that's 125. 125 people are now doing, not actually 125, but 130, including the first 5. 130 people are now doing exactly what I've told them to do, right? Now, imagine before long, those 5 people will have disciple. Those 5 people those new 5 people will also have disciple. Guess what? What they are doing, helping other people, is going to actually get back to me. That's the honest truth. It will still end up getting back to me. Those people they've helped will also come back to help me. Why? Because they've been told to help 5 people in their circle. You see, the world is a network. We are all networked into each other. If I know I have a friend, I have 100 friends. 100 friends. Those my 100 friends, I know they have 100 friends each. If I can reach my 100 friends, that my 100 friends will also reach out to 100 friends. That's the basis of Facebook. That's the basis of every social media. People reaching out to people. We are all connected, interwoven in one way or the other. It is a network. Life itself is a network. And because it's a network, now imagine blockchain technology, that's how it works. It's saying, I can sell Bitcoin to you, you receive it. Now you want to use Bitcoin, you send to another person. You receive the Bitcoin. That other person wants to use Bitcoin somehow. We all be sending the same Bitcoin. I can't wait to start my own training. All right, no problem. You can start at any time. Remember, there is no breaking the bank trading with Bitcoin. You can start with whatever you can afford. You don't have to break the bank. You don't have to start doing heavy. It's just that the more you have, the more you'll be able to earn. But you see, I'm not here to talk about joint training, whatever. I'm only here for one purpose. I want this video to be a live recorded video that I'll be able to refer most of my students and people who ask me a lot of questions about Bitcoin to. So that's why I'm explaining in details, step by step. I've told you what Bitcoin is all about, and I've told you it works under a structure of blockchain technology. You now see one Bitcoin currently right now is worth over 3 million. One Bitcoin is worth over 3 million naira. Now in dollars is about 8,200. 8,200. That's in dollars. Now imagine one Bitcoin is worth $8,200, and in naira is worth 3 million naira. Did he just get to that? No. Was it growing? Yes. Was it even more than that? Yes. It has at one time gotten to $20,000. So don't think it's just it's not just coming up. It's normal. So I will get to that point where you'll be able to understand the reason why Bitcoin price will always go up and come down, and why it will always increase, why projections have shown that it will always go up and it will increase all the time. Now, but the question is this, I'm trying to break it down step by step so that you understand how Bitcoin is categorized and how it works. Why yourself, when you get involved with Bitcoin, you become a trader. Whether you are selling it for anything, you become a trader. It does not matter what you are using it for. As long as you get in touch with Bitcoin and you make use of it, you automatically becomes a trader. Now, the question is this. One Bitcoin is worth 3 million naira. In dollar is about $8,200. Now, I can't afford $8,200. I can't afford 3 million. Does that mean I can't deal with Bitcoin? No. One Bitcoin is divisible into 1 million bits. Meaning 1 million pieces. One Bitcoin. Meaning just one Bitcoin. Remember we said we have 21 million Bitcoin for the whole world. Now, one Bitcoin can be divided into 1 million pieces. Meaning you can have 0.00000000001 worth of Bitcoin. Meaning you can buy 1,000 naira Bitcoin. You can buy 2,000 naira Bitcoin. You can buy 5,000 naira Bitcoin. So don't think until you have 3 million, 8 million, or whatever million that you'll be able to afford Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin even with 5,000 naira. You can buy Bitcoin with 10,000 naira. I've had many questions. Can I start with 10,000? I don't have much. Yes, you can. But not with Bitcoin trading. If you want to be day trading Bitcoin, you cannot start that. You won't make headway. Your income will be so very small to you that you yourself will not be motivated. So instead of getting yourself worked out, you are trading, you're not making headway. Why not trade reasonably and make best out of it? So what I'm saying is that one Bitcoin can be divided into how many? 1 million pieces. If you've been hearing Satoshi, it's pieces of Bitcoin, the smallest unit of Bitcoin. That's what Satoshi is. So you need to understand exactly what Bitcoin is all about. Now, there is only 21 million available in the whole world. After that, no more. 21 million for the whole world. And already mined, that is in circulation, is 17 million approximately. Is about 16.98 million. Already mined, already in the circulation of human use. Now you have only about 4 million left that has not been touched. Now imagine, this is the breakdown. This is where I need you to listen. I need you to watch and listen. Listen to this very well. It's very important you listen. Now you see, out of that 21 million, 17 million Bitcoin is already mined, already introduced to circulation. Everybody is using it. Some people have already owned it. Now I need to ask you this question. Out of that 17 million already in circulation, do you think it's everything that is being used on a daily basis? Do you think everything is being used every day? No. Not the whole 17 million is being used daily. Now, I want to break this down to you. You won't get it from anywhere. I'm breaking it down to you as a result of research that I've done over time with Bitcoin. And I had proof of such value. But I'm not giving you exact value. That's not the exact or the approximate value. But it is my own way of categorizing Bitcoin that is in circulation. First, you have about 3 categories. Now, of this 17 million, we have the 10 million category. You see, out of that 17 million, take 10 million aside. That 10 million is very inactive. It's like dormant. Some of them are like lost gold and treasure. Some of them are not being used at all. Some people bought them. Some lost their record, lost their details. They don't even have access to it anymore. Some bought and say, oh, I'm going to use this thing in 10 years' time, in 5 years' time, in 6 years' time, and they are still counting. Some have their details, have everything, but because they have a project for it, they have a projection for it that they are going to use it probably in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So it's not being used. It's not being exchanged. When I mean not being used, not in circulation, meaning living from one person to another. That such bitcoins are not living from one person to another. It's not being sent from one person to another. It's in one person's wallet, sitting down idle, not doing anything. It has already been introduced to the circulation. It is no longer moving. That category, you have 10 million Bitcoin. You will say, but that's like half of the whole Bitcoin. Yes, that's like half. It's dormant. It's just there. They are not ready to tamper with it. But now, watch this. You see, out of that 10 million, you have people who they can decide at any time to sell. They are inactive, but they can become active at any time. So nobody can control when they will become active. It's like somebody who lost, maybe he has like 1,000 Bitcoin and lost all the details, whatever, kept it somewhere, and then he couldn't recollect where. And then one day he found it. Now, that's like a lost treasure found, right? Now, it was no longer active, but suddenly it becomes active. So it can be sold at any time. Imagine if when he now found it, Bitcoin is now what, like 20K or 40K. Oh, 40K per Bitcoin. Hey, I'm a millionaire. Boom. That's it. Are you seeing it? There are people who bought Bitcoin as at far back 2010, 2011. Right now, they are in millions. Are you getting my analysis of this category of Bitcoin? I am talking about 17 million Bitcoin. I said there are 3 categories for them. The first category is the 10 million, and these are inactive. In this category of 10 million, there are people who bought Bitcoin. There are people who bought Bitcoin and they are not using it. There are people who bought Bitcoin, they have lost their details, lost their access. There are people who bought Bitcoin for purpose of 5 years, 10 years, I'm going to execute and use this. There are people who bought Bitcoin for the purpose of, they said it's going to have value, it's the future currency, I don't know, whatever they say. They shall say I should buy. I have bought, so I keep it. They keep it. There are some people who keep it in their treasury, keep it in whatever. Imagine all those people, probably some of them kept it and then they've even forgotten about it. Some will just realize, they said, I want Bitcoin, so I have plenty Bitcoin. Then they will sell. Such Bitcoin can become active at any time. You have about 10 million of the volume of 17 million. Now, how many remaining? You now have like 7 million left. From that 7 million, you have the second category of people, which are the 5 million category. You see this 5 million category, they are very active. They are very active people. They bought for the purpose of profit making. They bought for the purpose of investment. They bought for the purpose of, I want to use this to buy a house. I'm using it to buy a house. I now have Bitcoin worth of this. I sold my house. I have Bitcoin worth of this. It's my property. It's my stuff. And so they can sell at any time. These ones are very active. They can sell at any time. That's the 5 million people. In this same category, you have people who buy Bitcoin for the purpose, after like 2-3 months, I'm going to sell. You have some, after like 4 months, I'm going to sell. After a month, I'm going to sell. After 2 weeks, I'm going to sell. They are in the category of 5 million. You now see the category of 2 million, the remaining 2 million, which is now almost 2 million. It's just like 1.9 something, but let's say 2 million. The remaining 2 million are the people where the category you and I, that buy Bitcoin to subscribe for one networking or one whatever, buy Bitcoin from somebody, sell to somebody, trading Bitcoin on the platform, buying and selling here, buying and selling there, selling up and down, trading, day trading, whatever. The category of us is just 2 million. It's not even up to, but it's 2 million. I'm just saying, 2 million. You see, that 2 million is the category where I belong. Now, if I want to be eating big and influencing Bitcoin, I need to move to that category of 5 million. If you want to do the same, you need to move to the category of 5 million. Those are the active traders that trade on larger volume, and they influence the price of Bitcoin. Now, you may be wondering and say, but why would they be influencing? Or how can one person who owns Bitcoin be influencing the price of Bitcoin? I'll tell you how. Just with a simple scenario. Imagine you right now buying Bitcoin worth of 5,000 Bitcoin. Let's say you just bought 5,000 Bitcoin. Don't worry, with your 5,000 Bitcoin, you are in the category of, you know, the 5 million hold. You can be in that category. You can be in that category with from 10,000 Bitcoin. You can be in that category. The 5 million hold. You can be in that category. But let's say you have just like 500 or 2,000 Bitcoin. You are in the category of the 2 million people. Forget. That's the category you belong. It does not. That's the category. Don't fight it. That's the category you belong. Now you are a day trader. You are part of those people transferring, buying things with Bitcoin, making activities with Bitcoin on a daily basis. Now you are wondering that. So how does all this relate to the changes in the price of Bitcoin? I'll tell you how all this relates to changes in the price of Bitcoin. It's very simple. First of all, this is what you should know. Let's say you have one Bitcoin, right? You have Bitcoin right now. Let me use an example of 5 people having 5 million Bitcoin so that you get it very well. 5 people having 5 million Bitcoin. No, 5 million Bitcoin is too much. Let's say 2 million Bitcoin. 5 people having 2 million Bitcoin. Now, when they have this Bitcoin, when they bought this Bitcoin, Bitcoin price was like, let's say 8,000. Like right now it's like 8,000. They bought it. If 5 people bought 2 million Bitcoin right now, the price of Bitcoin will go up. Do you know why? Remember we said there are people who are active. How many are they? 2 million category. That's the general daily volume. Like 15 million Bitcoin is active and inactive. That 2 million people. Now imagine somebody buying 2 million or 5 people buying 2 million. Definitely there won't be enough, there won't be enough volume for the people who are in the category of 2 million. There won't be anything for them. They will now be trying to look for where to get, how to get. Imagine just one person coming to probably Luno right now and buy clear off 10,000 Bitcoin. In fact, Luno self will take special note of the person and say, who be this one? Who is this person buying this volume? Because you have cleared their own volume. Do you know how many volume they even have? If that's all they have for their own pool of fund, and you came to clear it. So they will go and get a new one. Now, getting a new one will not be a problem. Because people who have, they don't want to sell that volume. They want to sell it small and make money. Guess what? The price of Bitcoin will shoot up. Are you getting the reason why? It's just like fuel scarcity. When it's scarce, you can imagine when they bring it to a filling station near you and you went to go and buy, because they know it's scarce, they will tell you, oh, it's no longer 145, oh, it's now 170. You won't want to turn and go back. You don't know if you go back, and if you come back, they will say it's now 1 hit. So you buy. You buy surplus. While you are buying, some other thug that knows their way, they will go and meet them, they will buy at. In fact, they don't mind buying at that price. They will buy plenty. Start bringing in jerry can. They are buying plenty. Imagine somebody, just one person, buying a full tank of like 500 liter or 1,000 liter. Then suddenly, that filling station stop having fuel. They don't have fuel anymore. What do you think will happen? Now, those guys who have 1,000 liter, they have every right to sell to you at 350 per liter. Because now you can't get fuel again from the filling station. Neither can you get the fuel in your own surrounding. People are selling black markets. Are you getting it? It's the same thing with Bitcoin. When there is excess pool of Bitcoin away from the market to hold, there is lesser Bitcoin volume in circulation. Now the price goes up. As the price is going up, Imagine the price is going up. The same person who bought 5,000 worth of Bitcoin now decided to sell probably half of it. When he releases half, all the people that have been making yanga before, now there is excess to sell, the price will come back down. While they are saying they are not selling, other people will say, come and buy. We don't get to come and buy at a lower price. So the price drops again. That's exactly what happens to Bitcoin every day. Every day. No, it is not sometimes. Daily. Because there is always buying and selling. There is always buying and selling. They will always buy, they will always sell. There will always be somebody you buy from. There will always be somebody you sell to, as long as you are sending Bitcoin. Now, this is to answer the question of the person asking me. There are like about 3 or 4 of them. They've been asking me that question often, and I told them that I'm going to make a video about it so that they can watch and actually understand better. So that's why I'm taking my time to explain with different scenarios to you the reason why Bitcoin price will always go up and come down. Let me ask, should in case you are watching and you are wondering, you are saying, but why would that affect the price going up or coming down? Now let me ask you, if we have 2 million Bitcoin in circulation and you as a person bought 1 million out of it, the price at which it was. Now, you have 2 million in circulation. And you as a person, you bought 1 million, half of it, leaving half. What do you think will happen to the price? Will it remain the same? Will it go lower or will it go higher? That's the question I want to... Hey, my dickiness, I hail you. I'm greeting you. So, what do you think will happen to the price of Bitcoin? If you bought like 1 million out of the 2 million in circulation, what do you think will happen? The price will go up. Now imagine you have bought 1 million, JJ, you are keeping it, you are waiting for the price to go up. Now, part of the 5 million people who have Bitcoin said, yes, I've attained my target, and decide to release back that 1 million. What do you think will happen to the price? If the price went up before, it will come back down to the same thing, to where it was before. Because now the market has been stabilized. Now, but somebody else now say, oh, I was waiting for this thing to come down. Let me quickly buy. He now bought 2 million. Remember, it's only 2 million left. The person now bought the 2 million. Now there is nothing on ground. Guess what? What do you think will happen to the price? Skyrockets. Why? There's no more volume to exchange in the normal daily transaction. So because there is no more volume to exchange in the normal trading transaction, the price will shoot up. And when the price is up, imagine people who have, those 5 million people, they have been waiting, they are waiting. Suddenly, they decide to start selling back into the market. The price that was going up before suddenly start bouncing back and regulating itself, settling itself. That's what happens every now and then with Bitcoin. Go and check. Last year it happened. The year before it happened. December it went as high as 20,000. And then from I think the last week of December, it started dropping. Till date, it has been dropping. Why? There is huge volume in the markets, which has not yet been bought. So by the time they start buying this Bitcoin and people start holding this Bitcoin, guess what? Price will shoot up back. So whether you like it or not, you see, Bitcoin is a game of buying and selling, and it was created that way. So that is the fun in Bitcoin. If you don't know this is one of the reasons why I'm explaining this. This video is, I can't wait to start. Yes, you can start. You don't need any doctorate degree to start Bitcoin. With your mobile phone. You see, okay, I think I'm charging my phone. I would have shown you my phone. My phone that's my office. Forget wait here or go there. The phone is the office. Trade on the phone anywhere in the world. It does not matter where you are. You can do everything on your phone. See Bitcoin, see the price fluctuating, going up, coming down, going up, coming down. That's how it works. Going up, coming down, going up, coming down. Right now it's 8,264. Assets, in fact, As at 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin price was as low as, in fact, let me check. The lowest it got was like 6,004. That's the lowest it has got. No. The lowest has been like 5,009. 5,900. That has been the lowest. 5,900. I was expecting like 5,000 or 4,000 something. That would have made sense. Like, imagine if you had bought Bitcoin when it was like 4,000. Right now, you have made like 100% ASAP. Just like that. So, a lot of people will now be wondering, so how do you make money from Bitcoin? It's quite simple. Very simple. You buy, you sell. You buy, you sell. You're not giving your money to nobody. If anybody asks you to give them your money to help you trade, they are definitely going to swindle you. In fact, buying you, buy big time. They are going to buy you. Why? Because the thing is sweet. You cannot be making money for another person and be faithful with it. You can't. You can't be making money from someone else and then you are faithful consistently. Except you're making so much money and you are giving the person peanuts. Yes, I'm telling you because I know. Except you're making so much and you're giving the person peanuts. Without that, you won't want to do that. So most people who trade on behalf of one person, by the time they get volume, they become unfaithful. They become unreliable. They suddenly swindle people. So instead of you allowing that to happen to you, you yourself can be your own custodian. All you need is to have a mobile phone with internet access, get the right information about Bitcoin. Even if you don't want to enroll for training, which I offer, it's not a problem. You can always get information on my YouTube channel. There are free training that shows you how you can trade Bitcoin and make at least 30 to 50% on a monthly basis without necessarily registering for any trade. Now, all you need is to buy and to sell. You learn how to buy, how to sell. How to buy, when to sell. When to buy, how and when of buying and selling. Then you master one thing, which is the key area where you make money from Bitcoin. Now, that is downtrend. Somebody can buy Bitcoin right now that is 8,200, and then some, probably tomorrow, it increased to 8,500. That's a profit for the person. But what happens when you buy Bitcoin right now that is 8,200, and is 8,200, and you now decide to say, okay, you are buying, you're going to sell for like 5% profit, and then Bitcoin started dropping. What would you do? How would you make profits? Now, that is the area where my own training specializes on, and I ensure that I train and guide my student by the hand to learn how to buy, how to sell, when to buy, when to sell, and how to trade downtrend, and even how to collect their money back in Naira. Now, you are not giving your money to me, neither are you giving your money to anybody. The only money you pay for is your training fee. That's the only money you will ever pay to me or to anybody. You will never pay your capital to anybody. Why? Because you're going to be taught how to use that your capital to buy, to sell, make profit, withdraw your profits. So it's a training that does not take time. When is the right time to buy? For us that trade Bitcoin, whenever you get the lowest dip is the right time to buy. Let me explain that in layman language. Whenever you see the lowest downtrend is a good time to buy. Even if it's continually going down, that's an advanced part. But there is always a right time to buy. There are some people, they make the mistake of buying at the selling price. When they are supposed to be selling is when they are buying. Imagine somebody buying when Bitcoin was like 10,000 and was waiting for it to go up, and now it's going down. He's waiting for it to hit 14,000 before he sells. Now Bitcoin decided to go to 8,000. Now, he has to wait. Such person has to wait. So there is a right buying time for Bitcoin. There is a right selling time for Bitcoin. I like what one of my friends used to say. He said, when you see a good resistant point, is a very good time to take advantage of it. It's a very good time to take advantage of it. So there are right time to buy, there are right time to sell. There is right time to enter the market, All this you will be taught. See, forget analysis. I don't do analysis. Neither do I do signals, because it will not help you. I deal with people who are not interested in learning, advanced class, learning how to read chart analysis, analyzing charts, knowing about resistance and support, and all those kind of trades, charts. And I don't deal with all that. Why? It will not help you. What we do is we'll flow with the market. We flow with the market. See, whether the market of Bitcoin, if the market of Bitcoin declined to 7,000, I'm still trading. If it declines to $2,000 per Bitcoin, I'm still trading. Why? We learn to flow with the market. If the market do like this, flow, now so. If you do like this, now so. If the market do like this, now so. So there are days market do, which we say, nala. There are days market will just say, oh, all right. And then we flow with it. So it's all about flowing with the market. We don't give signals. In fact, every student actually becomes a signal provider by themselves. They will be able to predict the market movement. You see, what you dance with all the time, before long, you get to know its pattern, and you get to know how it moves. You get to know when it's going to flow. So why should I bother telling you about analysis and charts that can be proven wrong by one massive buyer? Somebody somewhere can suddenly change all the chart flow, and it takes on another dimension. It's actually supposed to go up, but somebody somewhere can just decide to sell. Now, what will you do to such person? What if the Bitcoin price goes up? How will you profit? Okay, Destiny, when price of Bitcoin goes up, let me give you an instance. Let's say you bought Bitcoin right now. I like giving real-time instance. Bitcoin right now is 8,260. Let's say you bought Bitcoin right now at 8,260, and you bought Bitcoin worth of 100,000. And then by tomorrow morning, Bitcoin price is now 8,800. You know that's profit, right? That's like about 500. 500 is close to, like, let's say 80 is 1%. That should be like almost 40 or 50 or something percent. Yeah. 500 is almost like half. That's more than 50% anyway. So that's like 50%. No, 800. 8,000. 80 is 1. So 80 times 80 divided by 554 is 9. So that's like 9% or something. That's like 9%, right? That's like 9%. So let's say you made 9%. When the Bitcoin price moved from 8,260 that it is to 8,900. Let's say you've just made 10%. All you need to do is sell your Bitcoin, and you get your capital with profit, right? That's easy. Anybody can do that. Even a child can do that. You buy it right now, Bitcoin price went up, and you say, oh, it has gone up, let me go and sell it. You sell it. You wait for a gain to buy when it's low. When it's high, you sell. Anybody can do that. But you see where the training now comes in is this. You buy when it's low, you sell when it's high. What about when you buy when it's low and it keeps getting lower? How do you sell to make profits? You see, that's where the training comes in. That's where it's necessary for you to get trained, get you taught on how you're going to be buying and how you're going to be making profit from a downtrend. So that's what my training covers. That's what I explain to people. That's what I practically show people how to do it, how to make profit from it. For instance, I'm supposed to host a training program on Saturday, this Saturday, for just 10 people. Don't bother to say you want to join. If you want to join, you can just sign up for my online training. That one is filled. It's just 10 people. I've decided to reduce the number of people that I train on a monthly basis. It's just 10 for that one. So if you want to register, you can register for online. You'll be trained personally, one-on-one. Now, these people, they've started training, and they started trading. Some of them have earned like 30%. Their main training is on the 21st, but they've already earned profits. Some of them have even earned, one of them in 6 days, have actually earned 75%. But the only painful thing for the guy is that he started with 30,000 naira. So he's regretting that he started with 30,000 naira. He said, I would have started with more capital. I said, start with as much that you can afford, but not something that will inconvenience you. something you know you can play with so that you get to understand that it is real. You buy, you sell. You see, it's small. You see all those things that those aboki standing by the roadside does when they buy dollar and all stuff like that. Yes, that's exactly what you are doing. So I usually call my student glorified aboki. I am a glorified aboki master. No, there is no hide and seek there. That's the truth. I am a glorified aboki master. So, Destiny, to answer your question, how you will know, what if the price, Bitcoin price goes up, when will you, how to know when to profit from it? I just explained it to you. You sell it. You have, you see what the price is. Just check the difference. Oh, it has increased by 9%. That means your money would have increased by 9%. If it increased by 4%, your money would have increased by 4%. If it decreased by 4%, your money would decrease by 4%. So that's the way it works. So how to go around it so that instead of you losing, you'll be gaining. That's the aspect of the training. That's what the training covers. It's not how to buy now and then sell when it increases. Anybody can do that. I just told you that right now. But you see, not everybody can do buy now. If it reduces, make profits from it as a result of reducing. You can make a profit as a result of increasing. But what about if it reduces? That's what the training is all about. That's what I major on, and I train people, I tutor people, one-on-one supervision. You see, your first, your second, your third trade, we are going to do it together. I'm going to guide you by the hand with your first trade, your second trade, your third trade. Apart from the fact that we have a video course showing you step by step what to do, I'm also going to guide you because I found that in Nigeria, people don't read. So, and different people, different understanding. So you have to treat people according to who and what they are and their level of perception and understanding. So that's how I work with people to ensure. Right now, I think I have over 60 students. And only 4, I can say conveniently, 4 that are not doing well because they decide not to. Imagine once you are fighting with the person that is training you, I don't know how we are going to cope. I'm not fighting with them, but they are the one fighting with me. They are telling me what to do. Meanwhile, I'm the one to tell them how the thing works. They do it, they see the result, then they move on. Even when doing it, they are seeing the result. They are saying, they are bringing in suggestion. How would you suggest what you have not tested before? How would you know it will work or not? So those are the problem with some people. They believe they know too much. So it's difficult to train or teach such people until they become teachable. That's when I can teach them. I've had couples like that, but they end up succumbing by the time they understand that they are missing. They end up saying, okay, let's do it that way. And once they get it, they become like, they become very crazy with it and they start making hits. So this video is to explain to you, if you've listened to this from the beginning till now, you would have understood that the reason why Bitcoin price will always increase and will always decrease, it's because the people who owns Bitcoin, as soon as they buy and sell Bitcoin, it will influence the market price. Throw more light on the advanced class and its characteristics. Okay, you see, there is nothing special about my own advanced class. I have a basic teaching. And the basic teaching is that you learn how to buy and sell first. That's the first thing. You learn how to buy, sell with a guide, buy and sell properly. Once you've mastered that, then you move to trading multiple trades. After you've done like 12 trades, then I'll now teach you how to master when the market consistently go down. How do you trade and make profits? After you've done that, then we'll show you also how to do fast trade, how to withdraw. Then you join the group of the community of traders. Because by the time you've mastered how to buy and sell, you would have at least made over 30%. By the time you are mastering downtrend, you would have at least made 80%. And once you attain 80%, you are going solo. The rest, you swing. The rest, you decide. Now, you see the advanced class. What the advanced class is all about is about after you've mastered this trading strategy, you now learn how to use it on platforms such as Luno, Bittrex, Binance, Polynex, Bitfinex, and so many other platforms. You learn how to use the strategy on such platforms. That's where the advance comes in. There are some people on their own, they can do it. In fact, you don't need me. You don't need the advanced trading. But there are some, they can't, they still need guide. They still need to be pushed to be able to do it. So, because it takes time, because in advanced class, you get to trade more. You see, trading on Polynex and other, you get to trade more every time. And it's live trade. There is no demo. So if you make mistake, your money is gone. So that's why I like to always train people first, get them to understand it's safer trading. With the training, you won't get to lose except you decide not to listen and follow, and you decide to allow greed to set in. If you're not monitoring your trades, you're not following and working with all the tools and things you've been given, you will fall asleep, and then you'll be caught in slumber. So instead of avoiding all that, I always like my students to learn and do it accordingly. So right now, I will be signing out with this, but if you have any question, I want you to ask right now so that I can include this in this video. But outside that, if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, the essence of the video is to share with you how and what are the reasons why Bitcoin price will always go up and come down. And will Bitcoin price climb? Will it go up? Let me tell you my own, I've already hung this cloth. Let me see if I can pull it back and show you. Let me tell you my own belief about the price of Bitcoin. Now, this may not show like the real front, but if you get to see this, I have this t-shirt branded here. It says Bitcoin $40K. Bitcoin $40K. That's my own belief for this year, 2018. Bitcoin is going to hit 40,000 US dollars. You don't believe it? That's your problem. That means one Bitcoin is going to be worth over like about 15 million. One Bitcoin. Right now it's 3 million, right? So don't worry. One Bitcoin is going to hit that market. You're wondering, when will it go up? How will it go up? That's the same way they were wondering last year. When will it go up? How will it go up? Don't worry. From May, you'll start seeing the influences. You'll start seeing the potential of, oh, this thing is likely to go up, or it might go up, it might not go up. So those are some of the things you need to understand and watch out for. It will go up. And I would also like you to leave in the comment section, what you think. Will Bitcoin price go up? Will it not go up? What are the likely factors to affect Bitcoin? Will this thing even work? Will it work? I don't know. I've told you what I know already. So if you're watching, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram if you want to get more information. I do a live training on Instagram 2-3 times in a week. If you want to follow and learn more about Bitcoin, you can join me there. In the basic class, don't we use exchange? Of course, you use exchange. If you like, you can use Naira. If you like, you can use dollar. If you like, you can use Euro, pounds, anyone you like. As long as you're trading Bitcoin, as long as there's a platform that allows you to exchange Bitcoin for US dollar, for Euro, for any, you can use any of such platform to trade, and you will earn from it. The basic covers that. You see, with the basic training, you'll be able to make at least 150% profit. Hey, guess what? If you have 100,000, it means you can be earning on a monthly basis 150,000 from it. 150,000 from it. Forget it. You're not giving your money to any bank. You're not giving your money to nobody. You're not giving your money to no company. You're not giving your money to me, not to anybody. Your money stays with you, and you can collect and withdraw at any time you like. There is no third party. There is no Bebo. There is no Befila. There is just you, your mobile phone, your trading capital, and Bitcoin trading. I love you guys, and I expect you. Subscribe to my channel, follow my channel, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is TMNmedia Bitcoin Trading. TMNmedia Bitcoin Trading. You see my handle on the comment section. Click on it, follow me. You get to hear more information. You get to hear more details. I also do some on YouTube, so watch out for that, and you will get more inside information. I've decided to give this to my friends, really, because they have been the one asking for it. So guys, my name is Fred Onoshiga. If you have any other question, please, you can send me a personal message or also leave in the comment section. I'll read and I'll respond to you. Sir, what of trading other coin like Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash that is stable like Bitcoin? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can trade them. You see, why do I major on Bitcoin alone? Let me tell you this. Someone asked a question now. What of trading other coin like Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash and other stable? Yes. For instance, let me give you an instance. Personally, I trade Dash, I trade Aeon, I trade Hada, I trade Bitcoin Cash. I don't so much trade Bitcoin Gold. Now, these are cryptocurrencies also, and they have their value and the stability in the market. And they are all tradable. But you see, I like to major in one. The reason is this: when you major in so many, you will be unstable yourself. Why? Because those markets can be unstable. Now, you will now become like a fisher. You will be fishing for opportunity. That is what happens to people that trade altcoins. Crypto traders do that a lot. They trade and they look for opportunities. You become a scouter. You will be looking for opportunity because your mouth will become big and wild. Imagine you make a trade, and in a trade you made like 57%. If I tell you to come and be trading and be making 3%, you will not listen to me. Forget it. There is nothing you will tell that person. He has tasted 57%, one trade. So you are telling him to come and look for, see, don't look for 3%. No. But you see, I like slow and steady wins the race. Can I make 3% and mount it up, and in a month, the whole thing can come up to like 250, 300? Yes. I can do that with Bitcoin, and I can repeat the process over and over. That is the advantage. But you see, on other crypto, they are also becoming stable. Ethereum is becoming stable. Dash is becoming stable. Litecoin is becoming stable. They are becoming stable because this happens to every crypto. When there is a market settlement, which is called a market correction, you see, when there is too much volume of buying and selling, there has to be a time the price has to stabilize. That period of stabilizing always shake the markets. Why? Imagine right now, one Bitcoin is worth 20,000, and suddenly it becomes 7,000. You'll be turned off. Imagine what happened to BitConnect. It was just similar to what normally happened to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the likes. But it happened to BitConnect, but it couldn't survive it. Why? Because there is no structure. It wasn't meant to survive it. It wasn't meant to survive it. It was not created with that shock absorber. You see, Bitcoin was created with that shock absorber. There has to be something you will do with it, apart from you wanting to trade. Apart from us trading, there are people using Bitcoin on a daily basis for payment. Oh, we accept Bitcoin here. We accept Bitcoin here. We accept Bitcoin Cash. They accept it for payment. So imagine somebody paying me for a product with Bitcoin. Now I need to get materials to continue the work. I'm going to also pay with Bitcoin. So there is always transaction and continuation. Remember what I explained about blockchain technology. You helping 5 people, telling those 5 people to help 5 people, and those 5 people help 5 people, it will get back to the extent that that chain of reaction will go through, and it will still come back to you. It will revolve around the whole world and come to you. Now, when it comes back to you, it becomes a chain that can no longer be broken. That's exactly what happens to Bitcoin. Go around the world and come back to you. Now it becomes a chain. And once there is a chain, there will always be a network of new people spreading. That's blockchain technology for you. And that's what powering Bitcoin. So apart from Destiny, Chidioke, thank you, Jim King, I thank a lot of people watching, and for those people who are going to be watching also on my YouTube channel, I'm saying a big thank you for you guys for watching. If you have any question or you have things you want me to talk about, I usually love explaining things in a layman's language. I don't like all those phonetic whatever. So don't mind me if you are not hearing me talking about so many slangs and terms used in the trading world, because I believe I'm trying to reach out to people who don't know jack about Bitcoin. So I need to explain it to you the best way you get to understand it. Relate with things you see on a daily basis. So my name is Fedor Noshiga. I am TMNmedia, and I specialize in Bitcoin trading. And I'm saying God bless you. If you have a question, please, you can ask me before I sign out. I'm about signing out. I'm waiting for any question. Okay, no question. Thank you guys for, I think this is the first time on, no. Since the last time I did my video and all that, that I stopped on Facebook, this is the first time I'm getting probably 4 or 5 people watching me. So thank you guys for watching me, listening to what I'm saying. I hope I've been able to answer some people's question. You need to find out information about what you don't know about Bitcoin so that you can get, okay, Gene, thank you. Gifto, thank you. Thank you guys, thank you all. If you need any information, if you miss anything, try and rewatch this video. I talked a lot about what Bitcoin is all about, how Bitcoin works, classification of category of the volume of Bitcoin, and why the price will always go up and down, and what my expectation of Bitcoin in 2018 is going to hit 40,000. Don't worry, you'll come back to this video, you'll say I say so. You'll come back to it and you'll say I say so. Thank you guys, God bless you. And I'm signing out. God bless you.